That sounds like something like a Southerner would say. Is that fish bowl lands?
Is that fish bowl land?
Mm-hmm.
Your imagination.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Oh shit! Hold on. Sorry. Hi. I heard on.com had some new shit on there. Yes, they do. Graphic kettlebells.
That's awesome.
Oh, nice. That's a primal bell. Creepy little monkey thing.
Yeah, but now they sell it on.com.
It's amazing.
That's where it was from.
Oh. Really?
Anyway.
Hold on, people that up here. Yes.
Beaten rods.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Monday, Podstache. To my left at Control Station.
Christopher Lee.
Control Station. Straight ahead of me, filming me.
Koopa.
And then we had no hat today. No hat today. It's cold out. We should be
It's
wearing
hatless.
a hat. Hatless.
It's hatless
We have a plethora of guests and more later. They aren't going to talk. No. Bailey, Lizzie Gertie, and then you're by a microphone.
Cancer boy.
And then next to him.
Nick Borma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you? So you guys are you're fresh back from
ghetto.
The ghetto,
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Horrible place.
Nice. More about that later. But before we get into all of that, this episode is brought to you in affiliation with Koopa. What are you smoking right now?
V2 cigarettes.
It's pretty sad because, like, what was it? Mark and Johnny from Horror is Dead. They're smoking the blue cigarettes.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, you guys should, not quit. You should switch because I think that's the phrase, right?
Right.
So I'm trying to get them hooked on the V2 cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
So I think when Mark comes by tonight, he's going to probably try out yours,
Sure.
and
Oh, yeah.
we'll get them on that. But
Badass.
but on it. Okay. Also brought to you in affiliation with onit.com. So I was just telling these guys, basically, new on onit.com, they have, what are they called? Hold on. Primal bells. So I've talked about the kettlebells before. So basically, they're big, just metal balls with big metal handles.
Right.
So now, new on the site, they have primal bells, and basically, and you can check this out whenever, but basically, it's a kettlebell, but they've sculpted it to where it's a big chimp face.
That's awesome.
It's pretty, but it's balanced, so you can still work out with it.
Ah.
It's pretty sweet. But yeah, let's see. Fully functional kettlebells and large handle for enhanced grip strength. Anyways, yeah, onit.com. Check it out. Buy shit so we get paid. But yeah, so I don't know. Weekend. I don't know. I didn't do shit. I worked.
Yeah.
I had a really good burger.
Badass.
Yeah.
Badass. What is it? My weekend hasn't been overly crazy, like story-wise. It's just this week has been really... Like, I've been doing a lot this week. So, and then you're going to advertise your band here in a second. But there's a couple... I don't think I talked about... it's kind of official now. I'm in your brother's Rev's fucking rockabilly band.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mallet Hat kind of drunkenly talked about
Did he?
that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
okay.
that's what, recap.
So, recap. So, it's a rockabilly band, and I just started this... I'm just going on 3 practices now on Tuesday. And we're having a blast. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Feeling good?
Feeling good. Feeling the vibe.
Right.
Feeling
Riding
good.
the pony. That's
So
good.
yeah, indeed. So and it's like rockabilly. It's good stuff. Like what did we learn this week? Like a lot of the Mike. What is it? The Back to the Future version of Johnny Be Good and Earth Angel. We did.
Nice.
So we were doing some Elvis Presley stuff. A lot of different stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, you guys do rockabilly versions of songs that aren't really rockabilly, kind of, or
Well, right, but those are technically kind of in that
Yeah.
genre area.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So yeah, yes. So things that aren't rockabilly, like the country stuff, we try to bring that
Yeah.
a little more rockabilly. So Rev could probably explain that better. I just try to sing.
It's all right, man.
It's all good. So, but yeah, that was new. And then I look really stupid doing it too. That's why I'm carrying this camera now. So
Your flip.
My flip. So I started a vlog.
I saw it. I've been keeping up.
Really?
Yeah.
Rock and roll. It's really boring right now. I'm trying to get more interested. I'm trying to be more interesting as I talk to the...
Is it, where can people find your vlog?
Oh, okay. So you can
'Cause
follow
I don't
me.
know, actually.
Oh, really? If you go to YouTube, it's my channel is They Call Me Koopa. If you check me out on Facebook, it's Call Me Koopa. Twitter is Call Me Koopa, and Tumblr, Call Me Koopa. So you can see everything that I'm here's the premise. So the premise is, I want to advance myself as a photographer. I would like to become a professional photographer, which doesn't make you better or worse. It just means I would like to make a living as a photographer. And so the paid element. And to build that up, I just want to get off the couch. And I think definitely a lot of artists are that same way. You get off and you're like mentally masturbating all the time, but you never actually do it. I'm trying to get off of that.
Okay.
And just basically get off the couch and try to work on something photography related, or pick up a camera and take a picture and do something every day. Thus far, I picked up the camera every day, and I'll probably start building some more. I'll probably start adding in like looking into new photographers and stuff and talking about those things. So, but the whole, if you look at it now, it's really rough because I don't know where I'm going. I don't know how the layout's going to be with the video and stuff like that. But I think the photos have kind of turned out well, and so yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing. I think daily. At least I'll try to get my face on there.
See, what I like about that is, I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but liable. It's making you liable. Liable. So basically, by doing this, forcing yourself to do something every day, it's making you pursue something more and more. Something that I'm really guilty of is like it would happen a lot with like brain sushi ideas, where I'm just like, oh, this would be really funny, and then it just kind of, that's where it ends.
Exactly.
So that's why the one idea that I talked to you about, like I thought of it that morning. I'm like, oh, this might be funny, so I called you,
and it's awesome.
And then we talked about it, and then after I talked to you, I talked to Rev, and Rev's working on the artwork and stuff like that. So I think as long as you kind of strike while the iron's hot, it's just like, sure, it might suck, but at least you're kind of trying out new things instead of it just being a fucking fart in the wind and you're not pursuing it at all.
Exactly. So and I don't know, I'm already thinking about like non-for-profits that I'm trying to hook up with, you know what I mean? Because this all came about because I watched really some inspirational like other photographers and other people in the industry, and I'm just like, yeah, you know what, I really like dogs, so I went to work at this dog shelter, and then I met this person, and I would have never gotten this awesome paid gig had I not done this one, for free or met this person. So that's the idea, just meet more people.
Okay,
So,
you said you have a Tumblr, right?
I do.
Okay, so Tumblr is photos that you share?
No, Tumblr is like a blog, but it's very visual. It's
You might be thinking of Pinterest.
Pinterest. Okay.
Pinterest is all photos. Tumblr is very much media, but it's in a blog form.
Okay.
So, so instead of having like a blogger account or a website, you could use that kind of as your homepage.
Okay.
So, and it's super simple to set up. So, and what I'm doing with that is, every time I upload something, I always do it to Tumblr, and it just spreads out to Facebook.
Oh, cool.
And Twitter and stuff.
That's what I like about Reverb, as far as musicians go. Reverb Nation, like you just put on your Reverb Nation, sends it to your Twitter or your Facebook or or whatever. And so, and I think Tumblr even might be one of the options or whatever. But that's what I like. It makes it easy.
Twitter, I've always had a Twitter account, but I used to forget it because I never tweet. It's really hard for me to like come up with things to talk about. You know what I mean? And and then you see like these people that are just so witty on there, and you're like, I want to be like that.
Like Simon Pegg.
My God, he's fantastic. Ricky Gervais is awesome too. I really like.
Yeah,
him.
what was it? I mean, I think more so now it's just like it'll be funny like quotes or something like that. I mean, every now and then like I'll make a tweet about my poop or something like that. Yeah. But what was it? Joe, and it's. I talk about him a lot, but it's just because like I listen to his podcast. Like it sounds like I'm sucking Joe Rogan's fucking knob and shit like that. But he says a lot of funny stuff. But what was it? Like I was listening to his podcast and he was like bitching about coyotes.
Yeah.
And he's like, coyotes can suck my dick, dude. If I can make earmuffs out of those bitches, I would all day. And I'm like, that's fucking funny. I'm gonna fucking tweet that. So while I'm taking a shit,
I think he is really funny. I think his one character flaw, in my opinion, because I've listened to the show a couple times.
Yeah.
My thought about Joe Rogan is that I think he likes. How do I explain it? I think he likes the attention. He just likes attention. You know what I mean? Like like I saw him. Carlos Mencia. Like everybody knows Carlos Mencia. He's like just rips off jokes and everything. Well, he actually went on stage at a Carlos Mencia show. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah.
And he just calls him out in front of. You know what I mean? Like it's one thing to like be upset about it and like you can vocally talk about it. It's another thing to like just. It's kind of like that to me is kind of like what's his face when he jumped up on the stage of the the Emmys or whatever.
Oh, Kanye.
That reminds me of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like taking away a spotlight from somebody.
It's kind of half and half because half of it is like that is super douchey to do that.
Right.
But also there's that part of me where it's just like you want to see that happen because like you're like, hey, you're a fucking douchebag because you're stealing all these jokes and you want him to be humiliated. in like the most raw form possible. So I'm gonna
Right.
go up on stage. So yeah, but also at the same time, it is kind of douchey. It's just
Right.
like, you know, hey, while you're performing, I'm gonna go up there, and, you know,
Indeed.
make you look like a
He was
dick.
funny though. I do like a lot of aspects. I guess it's character personalities. Like I've never triggered with him. Like that's why I don't. But
Yeah.
good stuff.
And that kind of tying in, I started because Liz has her Roku here. So I've been watching news radio.
Oh yeah.
So which he was on, but dude, I don't know when. I think that came out in the early '90s, maybe.
Uh huh.
But fucking funny show, dude. It's got Dave Foley from Kids in the Hall, Andy Dick, who I was never a fan of.
Right.
But what's his name? Stephen Root, I think. The guy from Office Space.
Right.
Space Steve Root. And then also,
I forget his name.
yeah, but he's also Bill from King of the Hill.
Mhm.
It's that voice. I don't know. It's a fucking funny show. I don't know. It's really good. I
That's
like it.
awesome, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
funny.
Definitely
Free
check it out.
Roku.
Free Roku.
So did you guys get set up?
Yeah. It's good.
What apps are you rocking right now?
I'm just doing Crackle because it's free right now.
Crackle's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing about Roku that I'm upset about right now is YouTube. But as soon they had a big falling out with YouTube, so you can't get YouTube. on
Yeah,
there.
I was gonna say I didn't see that.
But
on
beyond
there.
that, they've got like everything else. And announcement. Announcement.
It's waiting for jazz hands with
Vimeo.
that announcement.
Vimeo is now doing. You know how they used to have a tip jar?
Oh.
Vimeo has a tip jar for their videos, so like, if you like them, you can kind of tip, kind of like a jar. Well, now they're actively starting to do kind of what if you have a independent feature or a short film, you can actually distribute it via Vimeo, and now Vimeo is associated with Roku and other online media. So, say you have an independent feature and you want to distribute. Well, now you've got this place where you can sell it, and it's streamable online, so people can see it, on the television really easily without having to go out of their way. Really cool stuff. Vimeo is doing some neat shit lately, which I've never been a fan of Vimeo, but
I think on Crackle they have all the Godzilla movies.
do they?
Like all of the Godzilla.
They had Ghostbusters, both the Ghost. Well, there's two, right? Just two. Yeah, they had the
Is there?
Ghostbusters on last time.
Oh yeah, because the third one's in talks. I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, they get good stuff on there. What is it? You still got to get like a Netflix or Hulu Plus or Amazon Prime, one of those two. I'll give you my Netflix actually. Now that I think about it, if I
Should.
I'll give you Netflix. Actually, I canceled it 2 weeks ago.
Thanks, dude.
When I get it back, I'll give it to you.
Cool, man. Wait.
I got sick of the CT.
Well, and like speaking of like kind of like canceling accounts and stuff like that, I was all ready to because I was just about done. Where I was up for renewal on my Sirius radio. And you pay yearly for it. I mean, and it's not that much money. I want to say it's like $12 a month or something. It's not that like it came out to like where it would be like after the fees and whatever. It like comes out to like $150 something for a year.
Okay.
Which isn't that bad, just for
So it's like $12 a month.
yeah.
Okay.
The price of a CD. That was their big like selling point. Yeah, you can get the cost of a CD for all non-commercial radio.
Right.
I was like, cool. And I'm like, yeah, I'll listen to like 80s or the Metal Station or Howard Stern. I mean, it's fucking awesome. Or like during football season, it's fucking awesome because they always have the fucking games on there. But my renewal period was coming up, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna save up some money, and I'll call them up, and I'll just, I'll cancel my subscription.
Right.
So I call them up. I'm like, yeah, it's just basically what I told you. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to save money, blah, blah, blah. Okay, sir, we understand that. So this is for your truck? Yeah, it's for my truck. They're like, okay, well, we'll go ahead and cancel that. But what if I were to tell you we could renew another year for $90? And I'm like, fuck, dude, that's like almost half off. And I'm just like, well, I guess I'd maybe renew it. So are you accepting, sir? I'm like, yes, ma'am. so I renew it. So I mean, is that a good deal, or am I just that weak?
No, that's a good deal.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's if you're using it.
I am.
Like I just got in a fight with my dad today because we went out to an estate sale.
I hate you, Dad.
No, I got in a fight with my dad today because he has a bad problem with this. Like he's always saying like money's tight, but his solutions to the problem on the way to the solution, it's like I need this to do that. Mm-hmm. And I probably talked about this. Like my whole family's kind of been like that. I'm finally stopping that.
Yeah.
But so we went to this estate sale, right? And my sister bought like this like cool couch, and he bought a table, something like that. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll go out and help you. So I went out and picked it up. On the way out, he offloaded and bought every little piece of shit on his way out, like that no one else bought. And I'm like, how much did you spend? Oh, like $50. And I'm like, I was looking at all this shit, right? And it's like, you just bought VHS tapes. What are you gonna do with those? He's like, oh, I thought those were CDs. They weren't very good ones. They were like, and then like he bought pictures of the actual people that lived in the house. Like there was like boxes of shit, and he wants to be like he loves American Pickers, and that's what he wants to do. I'm selling his instruments and shit for him, but he goes there and he feels like he's being like this savvy deal guy, and I'm like, who cares if it once was? I said, if you can't sell it for 100% markup, it's not worth buying it. And I'm like, and you just bought VHS tapes, you know what I mean? And he bought this picture. And it said a $15 marker. I was like, oh, I'm going to kill him if he bought that fucking thing. And he's like, no, I paid like $5. I'm like, it's still too much. You know what I mean? It's like, it was just so stupid. And then I'm filling the car, and the table and the chair were like, just the two items, right? I had to strap the back of, it's an SUV. I had to strap the back of the trunk down because it wouldn't fit.
Yeah.
And it was maxed. And now I didn't think we were going to fit the shit in there to begin with. And then all of a sudden, after I load this shit in and fit it in there, I look behind me, and he's carrying out boxes.
It's got like a stuffed elk.
It was literally that ridiculous. Like, this lamp. He's like, that lamp would look really good in the house. And I'm like, and he just got done telling me, like, like he'd go to Kohl's and stuff. He's like, how can you not beat 50% off? He's like, I'm done with that. I'm like, no, you just transferred it over to fucking estate sales, man. So that's ridiculous. What you did was pretty reasonable, as long as you're using it.
Yeah. With Sirius and XM are the same thing, right?
Yeah, same company now.
Now, do they have like an app or anything so you can listen on your phone?
They do. I haven't done.
I mean, to me that would make it like way more worth it if you can like bring it in here, because right now it's only in your truck.
Yeah.
So if you can like bring it like somewhere in your apartment or even
that's a good call.
Well, yeah, they do have an app. I'll have to look. I think I was always weary about it before because it took up a lot of bandwidth, but I think as long as I use it, like,
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, or there, or even when you're in between lessons or something.
Yeah.
Just so you can listen to, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's really awesome. Like, dude, I fucking hate regular radio, and that's not me just being like, serious, just like regular radio fucking sucks, dude. There's so many commercials. It's all the same shit.
Yeah.
The stations that I used to like the Loop, it's the same fucking 5 bands, dude. It's all AC/DC, fucking
Led
Zeppelin, Deep Purple.
Oh yeah, I know. I hear that. And what is it? And I keep complaining about my buddy's car and his radio selection choices. And I went and got my hair cut, by the way. I got rid of the mullet.
Dude, you got rid of the hockey hair. I'm sad.
So I got rid of it, and I'm sitting in the chair, and the radio's on, and Bruno Mars comes on. I'm like, if I hear another fucking Bruno Mars song, I'm gonna fucking snap, dude. It's like they play Bruno Mars over and over and over, and I'm like, he's a good guy. He's a good singer. It's a good song.
He's a good guy.
He's probably a good guy. You can't hear a song that many times, man. Like,
well, like those pop, like 105, whatever, the beat, basically, like, yeah, it's not even like, hey, it's the top 10 songs every hour on the hour. It's those top 10 songs over and over and over. Oh, yeah. It's not even on the hour. It's just bam, bam, just nonstop. Like I think, what was it? I went with Nick Creel.
Oh.
It was like this Bible church getaway thing.
Really?
I didn't know it was that until like, hey, everybody, let's pray.
Wait, getaway, or was it just the bar thing?
It was like this 48-hour thing. Where, like, they take you bowling in like this other place, but like I didn't know it was like church related until like I was there. They're like, okay, hey, let's thank Jesus for this bus. I'm like, oh boy, but like within that, but
oh Jesus, oh wait,
I smite thee. But within, because it was like a 48-hour thing, and we rode this bus, and they had this one station on in the bus, and I think I heard that fucking song. What's that Sugar Ray song?
Every morning.
Yeah,
God, yeah.
Dude. I heard that like probably at least 10 times in that 48. Well, more than that, but I mean that's just when we were on the bus.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid. I digress.
I have to just say one ridiculous thing that my grandfather actually dated one of the side models in that music video when he was 60. I'll show you the girl.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Really quickly, because you mentioned how radio kind of sucks, normal radio.
Yeah.
Obviously, the commute to Chicago can take a while, and I'm kind of getting tired of everything that's on my iPhone. So lately, I've just been using Stitcher, which everyone should use to listen to Podstache. I've been using Stitcher to listen to. They have it listed as 560 The Wind, but when you actually listen to it, it's actually called The Answer, and it's one of, I'm sure, many Chicago conservative radio stations. And I was listening one day, and I totally don't know the name of the show, but like it was just, I mean, it sounded just like Glenn Beck, Rush Limbaugh. It sounded like any one of those guys. But as I was listening, he had like a female co-host that was like very liberal, like minded, And like as I'm listening, I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. The fact that it's a conservative radio show, but they totally have like the liberal like viewpoint. I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. That's kind of cool. I guess they're trying to be biased. Good for them. But then like they had like the listener call-in part of the show, and the first person in, I think the woman's name was Laura. Like she was kind of like the liberal on the show. So they had the call-in section, and the first person was just like, yeah, I just want to call in and say, Laura, unfortunately, I disagree, blah, blah, blah. And they kind of go off, with their points. And then it goes to the next caller, and the person's like, yeah, Laura, I just, totally don't, I don't get it. And then finally, like, it just kind of kept on getting worse to the point where, like, one caller's like, Laura's an idiot. So I was like, oh, that's why she's on the show. So that made me laugh.
Give it up for Laura, the scapegoat. All right.
Speaking of, I'll take you all back to Wacky Town. Remember that pastor that I was telling you about that was crazy that I was doing closed caption for?
Oh, yeah.
Number 2. This is what I guarantee you this was said about every single person that you could possibly point out, whether it's other pastors, people in general. This is the phrase that he used for 30 minutes straight. And I could tell when he's going to say it, and I just type it in. They are... hold on.
Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up.
Severely, profoundly, mentally retarded.
Oh my God!
Called the bishops, the cardinals, the pope, the president. Everybody was severely, profoundly, mentally retarded.
Now, do you put commas after each of those or ellipses? How'd you do that?
I just put commas. I didn't even care at that point. I was like, actually, now that I do closed caption, like when I do it, I've seen how others do it. And I'm like, grammar doesn't care as long as at the end of each phrasing, it looks like the end of a sentence. Just put a period. That's it.
Done.
Don't need to do anything else. I don't.
So, and you said this was so this is the black really religious guy, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, does he still have really? I mean, is he still like really black? I mean, do you know what I mean by that?
Really? Yeah. Yeah.
Like like he has like his moments of blackness.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going somewhere with this. Okay.
Absolutely.
Because this morning at 6 a.m. I had a store meeting because now I have 2 jobs. My second job's at Home Depot. So they had their store meeting. It's at 6 in the fucking morning. They fed us, and I'm getting paid, so whatever. But it's still 6 in the morning. So, but basically, I was talking to Mark about this because Mark works there too. And basically, it's just a pep rally, but for adults. Oh. And I don't get it. It's just like, why? You should just, people go to jobs just so they can be miserable and so they can make their money. Like, why are you trying to make me, just like, hey, all right, Cisco Bob,
Because there is an issue with morale. I think Target was really good at doing stuff like that. Although I think it's awful that they call you in to necessary meetings. Like, if you're there, if they should do them enough to where everybody gets a chance to do it when they do it during normal hours. Does that make sense? You don't have to drive out there. Like, Target used to have morning huddles, afternoon and closing huddles, and then they try to recognize people. And our meetings were the best. I'll talk about those soon.
Well, yeah. So I get the somewhat of the kind of morale booster, but Target was guilty of this, and so is Home Depot, where most of them start off the same way, like, hey, all right, everybody, yeah, bring it in. And, like, they'll start off with some sort of chant, like Home Depot. They spell out all of Home Depot. That's not like, it's 2 words. You know, it's a chant that goes on way too long. It's like, all right, give me an H, yeah, give me an O. It's like going on. I'm like, oh my god, fuck, dude.
We don't do that.
Well,
We didn't do that.
Wasn't there some sort of like
No, all
chant
we did was stretch out at the end, and then
I remember,
and we clapped.
Pick up the boxes.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, that was it. Okay. Maybe they changed their ways. I don't.
Yeah.
But so basically, so this is after like all the store
Walmart
managers.
does it.
Walmart does that.
Yeah, Walmart has the chant like that.
Oh my god. But so basically, all the store managers were coming back from like their big meeting in Vegas.
Right.
You know, where I'm sure they just talked about work. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Right.
But basically, so they're like, okay, well, we're gonna show you a video from what happened in Vegas. You know. So like they had like the suck my dick. No, suck his dick.
That meeting I would go to.
Yeah, that's awesome. But you know, they have like their 3 big like, you know, CEOs, I think, of the company. So like they have like the one guy, it's like the older white gentleman, you know, who you would assume would be like one of the CEOs of a hardware store. And they have this one chick, and she's like kind of town boyish, but she's like way over exuberant, like, I'm excited, you know, this time, you know, I'm really excited. You know?
I'm Barbie from Human Resources.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. That's our store manager's name. But then it was, so this all comes back to the Blackness thing. So, like, you know, like, they're like
Bringing it back.
So, bringing it back. So, like, you know, you have your 2 overly kind of peppy white people, but then you have the third guy, and he's this black guy named Marvin, and he goes up and he's like, all right, y'all, we the meanest, baddest retail store I've ever, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like fucking black, dude. But, like, I don't know if it's just, like, a scared white person to me. Like, I paid attention when Marvin was talking. I'm just like, holy shit, Marvin means business. And, like, something about, like, you know, saying you're the biggest, baddest, like. And I think he said the word kick-ass, too, at some point. I'm just like, right on.
I'm the cool guy because I swear a little.
Yeah, that's totally it. No, like, but, yeah.
I'm one of you.
Yeah.
But not really.
Yeah. I'm rich.
Yeah.
We're actually good for this episode.
Thanks for pointing that out, because I kind of went on a little racist tant there by accident. I guess that could have went that way. That wasn't on purpose, I promise. Forgive me.
I'll figure that out.
Okay.
Anywho.
Be right back.
Hey.
Yeah,
Hey.